Welcome to the first week of Marketing 300. My goal over the next 6 weeks is to show you that the impact effective marketing can have on a business and your own personal brand. The companies that can most effectively build and execute the optimum product and brand strategies will remain competitive in today's constantly changing markets. You're going to discover that marketing is more than just ads you see on TV and social media. Marketing touches almost every area within a business and drives a company's strategies with a direct impact on its profitability. To begin to understand the impact of marketing, the company's executives need to understand how the marketing mix works. This week, I want to introduce you to the marketing mix concept and why it's important to understand the interrelationships between each of the 4 Ps. As your textbook defines on page 26, the marketing mix refers to a unique blend of product, place, promotion, and pricing strategies to produce mutual satisfying exchanges with the target market. Each week during this course, you're going to learn about one of these 4 key components. And it's important to not only understand each piece, but also how they must blend together to form the optimum mix for a defined target market. Building a successful marketing mix means carefully designing a strategy that both satisfies the target market and maximizes the company profitability for a defined product line. Throughout the next 6 weeks, I'll be reviewing how to build an effective marketing strategy using the 4 Ps and how the decisions a marketing team makes will have a direct impact on the company's profitability and overall success. I'll be using the retail company Lululemon as an example throughout the course on how they have effectively optimized their marketing mix to become one of the most successful retail stores over the last few years. This is validated by their achievement of a 99.7% price performance improvement in their stock price. But before we discuss this marketing success story, let's first review what's included in the marketing mix and understand each of the 4 Ps' impact on a company's profitability. The different components provide the marketing executives with a toolbox they can use to define their overall marketing strategy for a specific product line and target market. Each of the 4 Ps must work together to create a competitive advantage for a company and provide a product that the target market values. The first P is product. You got to expand your thinking beyond the specific product and look at the solution that solves a problem for your defined target market. It's less about feature functions or technologically superiority, but more about why the product or service is important to the customer and whether there's a perceived value in using the product. To effectively get the product to a customer, you need to understand your place or distribution strategies and see this as providing the most effective access to the customer and channel partners. This means developing an integrated cross-channel presence that considers a customer's entire purchase journey instead of emphasizing individuals' purchase locations and channels. Promotions should focus on educating the customer by providing information that's relevant to their specific needs at each point in the purchase cycle, rather than relying on primarily broad-based advertising or personal selling. The ultimate challenge is providing the right message at the right time to the right audience. Now, these 3 components of the marketing mix add cost to the company. As more feature functions are added to a product or more promotions develop, the cost for developing, manufacturing, and marketing the product is going to increase. So maximizing revenue, though, is based on how you price your product and how many are ultimately sold. The price must be based on value. Effective marketing means articulating the benefits relative to the price you charge, rather than stressing how the price relates to production costs, profit margins, or competitors' price. Sure, your product needs to be priced competitively, but the real answer is going to be whether your customer perceives a greater value in your product versus the price that they're going to have to pay. If the customer perceives value, they'll pay a higher price. If you take the price you charge and multiply it by the sales volume, you come up with your total revenue for the product line. Take that total revenue, subtract it from the cost, and that's going to provide you with the product line's profitability. If you think about each of these components as levers that can be moved up or down, you begin to understand that you can make the change to one of the 4 Ps, and it's going to affect the other 3 as well. So building the most effective and profitable blend of the 4 is the objective. So let's look at 2 examples of how the 4 Ps in the marketing mix work together to help you understand each piece and, more importantly, why their interrelationships are critical to the overall financial performance and company's ultimate success. For the first example, let's review a product that currently sold by Lululemon and priced at $119 and has a total cost of production and distribution and promotion of $3.7 million. If they decide to add additional feature functions to the product, which can improve its value and functionality, or maybe even bundle a number of complementary products together into a package, they're also going to have to look at then communicating to the customers these changes, and they're going to have to increase their promotions to educate them on the new package, or maybe even build some promotions over their influencers and social media presence. Now they've increased their cost by almost $4 million. But at the same time, they also have increased the price, so they have improved the features of the product and the customers perceive a greater value. They increased the product price to $149 per unit. With these changes, they're now better meeting the needs of their target market and solving their problem. And through this change in the marketing mix components, they've increased the sales volume and thereby the product's overall sales revenue, increasing their profits by $1.7 million. So if you look at a quick review, you can see that the cost increased by 7%, but they're also able to increase their price by 25% due to the increased value perceived by the customer. The shift in the marketing mix drove their sales volume to increase by 8%, driving an overall profitability improvement for the product line by 82%. This example illustrates the impact a positive marketing strategy can have on a product and company's profitability. Now, there are many other good examples of this scenario, such as Legos, who took their commodity building block products and turned them into a viral sensation by promoting it through Star Wars action figures, Marvel superheroes, and many other valued products. It was no longer a building block company, but partnering with Disney and opening its own retail outlets, Legos increased the cost of product production and distribution, but at the same time dramatically increased sales by finding a highly valued niche market. In the second example, I'm going to address a scenario I've witnessed many times in my business career. Here's a company that decides it needs to increase its sales volume and feels by lowering the price, more people are going to become interested in their product. To do this, the company typically cuts costs by taking away some of the features of the product and thereby reducing their cost of manufacturing. And at the same time, they still need to increase their promotions to educate the market. And they're going to lower the price, in this case to $99. These changes slightly improved the sales volume of the product, but the increase in the sales volume was not substantial enough to positively affect the company's profitability due to that reduction in price. Even with the reduction in cost, the profitability still declined by over 22%. Why did this happen and what can we learn from it? Well, the overall cost reduction of 7%, and the price reduction of 16%, we still did not see a significant improvement in the sales volume. This caused the profits to decline by over 20%, and this is not a good marketing mix strategy in this case. The sales volume would have had to increase by over 20% just to break even in this scenario. So as I said, I've seen this scenario many times in my career. The company thinks they can reduce the price and it's going to drive more volume. But customers now perceive there's a problem with the product or service, or they now view the value has been reduced from what they originally were used to. The new lower price turns them away, thereby reducing sales and profitability. This example highlights that in many cases, reducing your price may be a negative contributor to customer confidence and value. This is especially true in service industry where the price has a big impact on the perceived value of a service. So I hope these examples have helped you understand how important it is to make sure the 4 Ps work together strategically and in the best combination for a target market. If you do not create a competitive value solution, provide access to a target customer throughout their purchase journey, price it based on how the customer perceives the value, and effectively educate this value of your solution throughout your promotional strategy, you're not going to maximize the profitability available to this product line. So as you work through the material in this course, you're going to learn more about each of these 4 Ps and how they can influence the overall marketing mix. During the course, you're going to be playing the role of a product manager in a breakfast cereal manufacturing company. It'll be your task to release a new breakfast cereal and optimize your marketing mix strategy. So I hope this video is helpful in building your understanding of marketing and how all of the pieces must work together. So as you begin learning about each of the 4 Ps, make sure you recognize the impact it has on the other 3 and the overall effect of your marketing mix strategy. In the video next week, I'm going to discuss how effectively developing your segmentation strategy to find your target market is important. Having the right audience that's interested in your product is imperative in making your marketing mix strategy successful and, most importantly, profitable. You're going to discover that the riches are in the niches. So have a great week. Don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. Hey, and good luck on your assignments, and I'll see you again next week.